with another installment of the 5 Deadly Career Sins. If you haven't seen the other 4, please feel free to zoom back and check out the other 4 deadly sins. Today, I'm talking about why working harder doesn't work. It does not work. And I just got off the phone with a beautiful professional woman who was sinning on this one as well. So often I see this. So often I see women who are working hard, and trying to get ahead because we were told as young girls, as young women, just work hard, keep your nose down, and good things will come your way. Wrong-o. Wrong-o. You know, you have to work hard to get stuff done, but your career does not progress on hard work, on putting your nose down. Your career progresses on you being authentically powerful and maneuvering your career and your career moves, your strategy, in a way that is empowering. And there's nothing empowering about working too hard, working too many hours, working so that they'll like you, working so that you'll be recognized, working to basically fill an unmet need of worthiness. And that's really the root of working too hard. Is my lipstick okay? I'm feeling like it's a little bit, you know. So we got some lovely ladies going on coming here. I want to make a couple of shout outs to some beautiful, beautiful women in my kick-ass workshop who are graduating this week. And I'm not going to divulge any names or information, but you know, I'm touched all the time. And I guess I have the perfect job. I have the perfect job of, yes, Jean, you'll get burned if you work too many hours and work too hard. Jean is my director of coaching, and she knows all too well the problem with working too many hours, with working too hard to try to prove yourself. And I am blessed and grateful every single day of the women who we have the opportunity and honor to enhance and lift up their careers and their souls. If you're following my work, bring your soul to work to land your dream job. That's my gigio, and that's your gigio. There's no soul who wants to be burnt out. There's no soul that wants to work too hard. There's no soul that feels great and awesome and empowered if they're working their asses off. Your physical body will eventually tell you that you've worked too hard, but why wait till then? Why wait till the weight, the blood pressure, the lack of sleep? Hey, all my ladies are showing up today. This is really great to see all of you here. So happy. And some of you will be at my retreat. Less than a week away. Super duper excited. So here's this beautiful woman writing in gratitude of her 12 weeks. And she's basically saying that she's on her graduation day in complete gratitude. And she said, I can't help but to think about the journey my soul has made the past 12 weeks. To say I'm transformed is a gross understatement. I came into the group pissed off, broken, and scared. I knew I had to do something different. And as soon as I saw Mo's webinar, I knew it had to be kick-ass. I didn't hesitate to take a chance on myself, to invest in me. I knew I was meant for more, and now I know why I was frustrated. Stepping into my power, finding my soul, and embracing my authentic self was a beautiful journey. And it's not over, darling. It's just beginning. That's my addition to it. I've had excellent mentors, and she, of course, mentions me and my director of coaching, Jean, Amy, and Bonnie, 2 of the coaches on my team. The shell of who I was has fallen in pieces, a sign of rebirth. Stronger, more brave, and the most confident I have ever been. I'm healed, calm, and assured my future is bright. It's ironic that on graduation day, I'm interviewing in the perfect timing. It's a sign that the universal manager is working on my behalf. Love to you all, and can't wait to see you on the grad side. thanks so much for posting those beautiful sentiments. You know who you are. And onward and upward. She's interviewing at a big job and has a lot of opportunities on her plate, this woman. And in 12 weeks, our goal is for every woman in our workshop to feel awesome about who they are. Therefore, you don't have to work your ass and prove your worth. That we solve that pretty early into the workshop, but solve it for good. It takes a while to build in that soulful illumination that counteracts the negative programming and the negative conditioning about having to prove things in a way of overworking. So we get started on that right away. And then we get into the strategy and the structure and the resume and the LinkedIn profile and all that other stuff that matches so much better when your soul is beginning to be illuminated. Because the same thing starts to happen with your resume and LinkedIn profile. It starts to reflect that you don't feel great about yourself. It starts to reflect a sense of unease and uncertainty and sometimes needing to prove yourself, because if the resume includes every single freaking thing that you ever did and it's all busy and this and that, there's something underlying, and subconsciously a hiring manager or a recruiter may go, I'm not sure. And they're not even sure what they're responding to, but they're responding to the fact that it looks like you're desperate. It looks like you're trying to prove something. You don't have to do that. But you feel that you have to work hard and work harder and work harder when you're not feeling adequate, when you're not feeling worthy, when you haven't brightened that soul back up. That's why we do that first thing. And that's why my work is so unique, because we are going at all the strategy and resume and LinkedIn and networking and all the cool stuff that everyone's talking about, and you have thousands of articles and things that people have been doing for years to advance their careers. But if you're not the person who is empowered, if you're not the person who is feeling awesome about yourself, who can show up in an interview relaxed and talking about your great accomplishments and basically sit back and say, yeah, I helped build a $50 million acquisition of a big publicly traded company into a $240 million, now it's probably over $600 million company. And I did that by building the team up. And my approach as an executive was to build the team and develop the team from within and add as I needed to. But developing the team who had legacy knowledge and understanding of what was working. And then to train on progressive techniques and that sort of thing to move things forward. You have to be able to talk like that in an interview and not just spout out content because you're nervous and you just want to make sure they know everything that you know and you da, 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 da. When you feel enough, when you feel worthy, when you feel awesome. I don't just want you to feel enough and worthy, but that's the beginning sometimes. I want you to feel the awesomeness inside and turn up the volume on the inside. And it is then where you will begin to realize that working your butt off to prove something is not the answer. It doesn't mean that if you have a deadline or something like that, yes, of course, you might work a little extra here and there, and you might go in a little early to beat the traffic type of thing, but not working your ass off to prove something. You know the difference, don't you? You know the difference between working like a prove it. And I hope they don't notice that I'm not that smart. I hope they don't see that I forgot something, and I can't get this report out until it's absolutely perfect. So it's going to take me 10 hours. It should only take me 2, but it's got to be 10 hours of work because it has to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, I'm just going to die. You cannot live like that. And so many of the women we work with in my workshop, they're recovering from that. So we're recovering workaholics in the degree of working to prove something, and it wears you out. It stresses out your adrenal glands, and eventually they get fatigued. And then there's diseases that come from that: high blood sugar, high blood pressure, all sorts of other systemic diseases that would progress. Not feeling good about yourself is actually probably the biggest chronic disease out there. Much physical stress and strain. And if you're constantly under stress and strain, either by working too hard, being diminished, not recognized, not appreciated, being passed over, being pigeonholed, all of these problems out there, If you're stressed out from that, not only is your body going to take a toll, and it'll eventually lead to some type of overt disease that you'll have to have treatment for. Breast cancer was my first big thing that happened. But you'll also be shutting down the best parts of your brain that actually could help you be more successful. Because when you're in stress, your entire physiology is not operating optimally, and your brain takes the first toll, because all the best parts of you are problem solving, executive function, frontal lobe, language and communication centers, strategic thinking, consequential thinking. All of that is in the centers of your brain that get shut down when you're under stress. So these are not good things to have shut down when you're under stress. I was speaking to a woman earlier this week who is in the workshop now. Congratulations to you. And she's coming to visit South Florida next week, so we get to meet in person. She said, I couldn't even think of what to put on my resume because my brain's not functioning. I said, yeah, I get it. I get it. The best parts of you aren't functioning. So how can you have the best resume, LinkedIn profile, interview properly? You've got to heal the inner you. And by doing that, you stop working as hard as you need to, or as you feel that you need to prove yourself. You find ways out of difficult work situations. You realize that not tolerating things is more appropriate than tolerating things that are basically beating you up almost. And in some cases, the toxic work environments and the bullying and the degrading from bosses is just inhumane. And there's several women in my workshop right now, they're in those types of situations, and we're coaching them to feel better about who they are inside as they're taking strategic moves so that they don't do what I spoke about the other day, which is quit prematurely. And sometimes when you don't move on in your career and you don't quit, you hang in too long and they marginalize you, all of a sudden you're not invited to meetings and things aren't happening and you're starting to feel it, and maybe you lose your job because you didn't take action appropriately. You didn't strategically maneuver your career. And I see this often. Women are very loyal. It is one of the primary core values of the women in my workshop. It's one of the ways that women function in the world, and it's a very primitive feature for us. We are built to nurture families and to create the family unit. So loyalty is always top one or two. And it hurts us in the workplace. And we think we're being like virtuous and righteous. You don't have to overuse loyalty and have it be the thing that takes you down. But it's the thing that causes you to work extra hard and get nothing for it. So loyalty can be overplayed and misplaced. You don't deserve to place your loyalty in certain places. You don't deserve to place your loyalty in an organization that's not treating you well, in an organization that may be underpaying you. And of course, they're going to convince you that they're not underpaying you. You're paid pretty well for people around here. Really? Do your homework. Do your homework on your pay and figure out where you could be, should be. And furthermore, don't believe other people's crapola about how much you have to work. And, if you're always the last one to leave, they're going to really think that you're great here. No. I had 30 years in the corporate setting, and I was sometimes the last one to leave and sometimes the first one to come in. I actually had a boss years ago who said if I didn't work 60 hours a week, I would never get ahead. Seems to me that if I found a way to work 50 hours a week, I was much more ahead than just grinding out randomly 60 hours a week. Now, I got to say, I work a lot of hours right now, but almost none of it's work. It's a lot of fun to do what I do. And I have a lot of stamina and I have a lot of energy. And I always brought to my work. And I could work long hours, and often I did. But it was not the thing that advanced my career. What advanced my career is being smart, asking for more, doing good work and getting noticed. Keyword, getting noticed. You have to learn savvy ways at bragging about your work. You have to have some acuity, social acuity in the workplace in order to be positioning yourself so that you don't just have to work. I've had plenty of women in the workshop who have been told by well-meaning bosses that they actually weren't going to be promotion material because they seem to not being in control of their work-life balance, and their emotions. Now, I got to tell you, working with women nearly exclusively over the past 4 years in career coaching, I will tell you this, women know how to get shit done. Okay. I've always known that, but now I really totally know it. As a nurse, it was always the thing that I was super proud of, being able to take care of as many patients as were thrown my way, and pass meds and ventilator settings and all the stuff, and talk to the doctors and the family, and like, I love that. It's like, it's what thrills me and turns me on, is to do a lot and to be good at that. But that's not what ever got me ahead. What got me ahead was people up here knowing the great work I did. And oftentimes you have to be the one that does that. You have to be the one that positions yourself that way. Again, women are not socialized or conditioned to do that ever. As a matter of fact, we are socialized and conditioned to be polite, to let everyone else get their brownies before us, to make sure that everyone's well fed before we are. It's a primitive nature we have inside of ourselves that we're born with, and we get socialized on top of it all. So, absolute ice cream sandwich of all the things that actually backfire in the corporate world. Backfire. So we have to be strategic, and we have to feel good enough inside ourselves to do the things that we have to do. And I'm not saying you need to be a mini man. Not at all. Women are the most powerful forces in any organization, in any community. Women alone have been responsible for many, I want to say most, major social movements in many different countries. Sometimes not recognized so, but often it has been the women who have moved societies and communities and humans forward. We must be able to, and confident and comfortable with, turning our light up. We have to be willing to see how great and wonderful we are. We were born that way. We were ordained that way as human beings, to be awesome and wonderful. I have a 2-year-old granddaughter, and she knows she's awesome and wonderful. And that's how she operates in the world. And you know what? There's no one who's going to disagree with her, because she's freaking amazing. One of these days, someone's going to push her or take a toy or tell her they don't like what she's wearing, or maybe ostracize her at the school playground, or she'll get her feelings hurt some other way, or whatever will happen. And then the social conditioning of being a girl will pile on top of that. And it breaks my heart. It's going to happen. It's happened to all of us. We're all awesome as young, beautiful people. And then conditioning and experience tends to maybe get the best of us. And then we're told lies. We're told lies about being generous. We're told lies about not speaking up. We're told lies about the fact that we're not good at math, or that we can't possibly be more successful than our brother or uncle or father or grandfather. We're told lies. And we believe them. We believe them because it seems to be true. That's the crazy thing. It seems to be true. But when my ladies get together with a bunch of other kick-ass women, and they start sharing what's going on and who they are and what their struggles are and what they want and what's possible for them, they start realizing that 10, 12 weeks into the workshop, there's another woman getting a new job. There's another woman feeling best she's ever felt in her life. There's another woman feeling more confident. There's another woman going on an interview of a job title and level that she never thought was going to be possible for herself. All of the evidence now starts stacking up around how awesome they can be. And we coach and teach this stuff so that it is inbred in all of the cells of each of our clients, so that they no longer have to be in the work world suffering and struggling and striving and stressing and being a person that they're really not and feeling like they're against the tide. When we work with our women in our kick-ass workshop, the coaches and I love the heck out of them, and we see something greater and more brilliant for them, oftentimes before they can see it. And so we're cheering them on, we're coaching them with strategy, we're pushing them and holding them accountable for things that are bigger than they ever imagined. And having stretched and reached to the highest levels of corporate America myself, I know what it takes to do that. And is everyone ready for the highest level? No, but everyone is worthy of the next level. Everyone. Everyone is worthy of the next level. Everyone's bank account is worthy of more money. Everyone's family is worth a better car and better vacations. Everyone is worth more. Everyone. Every single one of you is worth more than what you have now. Every one of you, worth more. And so often women feel they have to settle. And so often women feel, oh, I don't have to make that much money. Making that 80K was okay. I don't need 110. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You need 110, and you also need that $110,000 job to not have you play a mind game that you have to work 30% harder than you did in your 80K job. We got to clean that up, because there's no way on the path to 200 that you're going to be able to work to justify that, because so many women are taught that. So many are taught that. And I'm here to change the dialogue of what women are taking in. I'm here to change the dialogue of women getting the short shrift, of women getting passed over, of women getting marginalized. I have a good friend who was told that she's paid more than anyone else at her level, as if she was supposed to feel guilty about that. Really, that's what the only reason why you tell someone that is to try to push them into a certain sense of shame and guilt. No, 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 no. The answer is, great, I deserve it. Someone's got to be at the top. It might as well be me. That's the attitude we must embrace as powerful, kick-ass women. Now, I'll review the 5 deadly career sins that I've talked about this week. I have my notes here. The first one we reviewed was the vampire job. If you're in a soul-sucking job, get the frick out, but don't quit, because that's the other one that I talked about. If you're in a soul-sucking job, you need to get your soul lit back up, get a great strategy, and get the best coaching you can get to move yourself forward. Don't let yourself stay in a vampire job. Do not let the vampire suck the living frick out of you. Don't let it happen. Take charge, get in the driver's seat. And you can also view that episode this weekend. We're sending you an email on that episode. So feel free, if you're not on my email list, get on the email list, mofall.com. And every Saturday morning, you're going to have a podcast episode to light up your weekend. And then every Monday, Motivational Monday, there's going to be a new topic for us to focus on in my Facebook Lives on Monday. Everything about your career and your life and your soul and your sense of self and confidence, all talked about in a unique way, because I'm bringing the soul to work with you so that you can feel awesome and work and do great at work and make money and not freaking kill yourself with all the lies. Second deadly career sin. Okay, so number 1 is the vampire job. Get out. Number 2 is not fixing your job trauma. Just spoke to a woman earlier. God bless her. She lost her job after 20 plus years in the same organization, out of work since February. I'm freaking loving on her, forward into better. and not to backslide. And she's starting to make the negotiations with herself. Well, I don't need this and I don't need that. I could just no. We're going to fix the job trauma and you're going to pop out bigger than before. This woman has a great career to build on top of, and now is not the time to backslide. It will never feel good to backslide. The soul alone will be unhappy with a backslide, let alone the resume, the income. And here's the thing that most people don't realize. When you make a backslide and settle for a job less than what you either want or had, the scope of control, the span of what you're involved with is going to be less, and you're going to feel crappy. So don't do that. You're going to feel crappy, and then you're going to feel crappy again, and then you're going to be spinning into this cycle of working hard to cover up your crappy feeling, and then people are going to get pissed at you because you're going to be like all aggressive or all something out of sorts because the job's too small and you're feeling too big and you don't know how to put that together, and it's just not going to go well. So you got to fix job trauma. If you lost your job or if you quit, don't do that. But if you did, you have to fix the trauma of that in order to then get your career on the right track. So that's the second career sin. Number 3, the quitting. Don't quit. You cannot quit a job. I mean, you can. It's a free country. You're allowed to quit jobs. You can't quit a job in a powerful place. You might feel like you're being powerful and I'm just going to quit. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It's not a power move. It's not a power move, and it leads to further backslides because then after you quit and don't have anything, you're looking around going, uh-oh, I need a job. And chances are the fear brain is going to convince you to do something lesser. I don't need a job like that anyway. I had to quit because it was too stressful. I don't need that kind of stress. Need? You couldn't control the stress and you couldn't control yourself, so you had to quit. Here's the answer. Focus on you. Build yourself up to be a bigger, stronger you. You'll align with a better job, and you'll be able to manage yourself better. Are we seeing each other on this? Don't quit. Number 4, self-doubt. If you don't fix your self-doubt, you will be running ragged like nobody's business, and there is no fixing that. You cannot be running in self-doubt mode and being successful. It doesn't work. They're inconsistent. They're incompatible. You've got to fix your self-doubt, and you've got to fix it before it starts to take its toll. Sleepless nights, worried about outcomes, reports that are overdone and take you 5 times longer to do, meetings you don't speak up at, promotions you kind of hope you look the other way. Don't pick me, don't pick me. Or they don't pick you because they know you're full of self-doubt. Can't really trust her, so we're going to look past to the next one. Number 5, working harder never works. So I'm just going to say hello to some folks. Hi, Paula. Nice to see you. Yes, make that call. Folks, give us a call to get started on this, because here's the thing. Beaten down by a bully boss is a toxic. Yes. Faith. Yes, you do. So here's the thing. I can't fix everyone's career problems, but I can fix a lot of them. And here's the other thing. I can't fix your career problem if you don't want to be fixed with it. Kind of tough. And you know what? Sometimes there's extenuating circumstances or some other things that have to get taken care of. So in order to help the most women that we can, we go through a free career clarity call to sort things out. And I got to say, if you got your shit together and you don't need us, fine. Let's sort it out and let's give you some clarity. Hey, this. And if that's good to go for it. Rock on. Or if things are so screwed up or whatever, and we can't help you, we'll send you another direction. Or if the fix really is education, which it isn't that often, most of the women we work with are overeducated and underemployed because of it, and underpaid because of their underemployment with all this massive education. I'm literally covering that next week. So you have to with one of myself or one of my experts really going on and what's really happening. And there are people we talk to who what's really broken or fixed or needs to be fixed, we can't do. So at least we give them the clarity. This is what's going on. This is what's happening. And then we see what they want, what you want to do. So what is it that you want to do or aspire to? And if you aspire to going to medical school, and the difference is you taking the MCATs and getting into medical school, we can't help you with that. I'm sure there's plenty of good workshops and training for getting good MCAT scores. So we would suggest that you do that. But by and large, when people are drawn to my work, and it's oftentimes a divine intervention that seems to happen, I can typically, we know who we can help and who we can't. And it's the Paulas and the Faiths and the Valeries, etc. Kristen, nice to see you here too. Colleen. So there are plenty of things that we do help with, but you know what? We go to the soul first. And if you're not willing or ready to fix the soul, because oftentimes that is what's broken. Resume looks good. You've got good experience and expertise. Don't need to fix that piece. Usually resumes can always be better, but I'm just saying that the work history, it's not like people are calling us up for clarity calls and saying, I'm lousy at what I do. I'm a horrible engineer. Can you help fix that? No. Well, Mo, how do you know if someone's a horrible engineer or not? You know what? We can kind of tell. We can tell, I don't know engineering, but we can tell based on track record, work history, and the way someone is, what's really going on. And we're pretty good at doing that, as a matter of fact. And we're really good at fixing careers and people's lives. So many women say, Mo, you fixed my career, but really you fixed me. It was really more like a life coach. Absolutely. Because to get you elevated to your next level of career, to fix the things that are stressing you the hell out, that are robbing you from more money, robbing you from your family, robbing you from joy, we got to fix that by fixing the inner you. And when you're feeling the inner you coming back to life, it doesn't take that long. We can then fix the things on the outside, the resume, the interview skills, the LinkedIn profile. We can fix all of that. But we got to help you feel a better version of you. We've got to turn that soul up. We've got to get you in touch with the better parts of you that are deep inside. And if you're working too hard, if you're working too many hours, those better pieces of you have shut down. They've been depleted because you haven't been filling your own cup. So since we're on the almost eve of Mother's Day also, all right, way to go, Faith. Debbie, nice to see you. Since we're on the eve of Mother's Day, and if you're watching me live, that's true. If you're listening to this as a recording, it may not be true. But take care of yourself, mothers out there. Do something that nurtures you. Don't do the supposed to thing, unless it feels right. But if it's supposed to, probably doesn't feel that great. Do something to nurture your soul. Do something to rest. How's that for an idea? Actually giving yourself permission to rest. How about sitting on the couch and watching a movie or some Netflix series and not feeling guilty about it? How about if you give yourself a container of time that you're not going to feel guilty or not going to feel stressed or conflicted about that time that you're literally resting? How about eating some nourishing food and honoring your body? How about drinking some nice, refreshing water? How about enjoying the outdoors and nature and getting in touch with your feet in the grass or the sand? Fill your cup. Fill your soul with something that's going to feel good. And you know what? You may be out of touch with what truly feels good for you. So spend some time just paying attention to what feels good. And I know what feels good is not a vampire job, is not job trauma, is not thinking you have to quit as the only solution. It's not marinating in self-doubt. And it sure as hell isn't working harder so that you can get ahead and it not working out for you. None of those things feel good. And in order for your soul to come back to life, you've got to find a few avenues of feeling good. In my workshop, we have all sorts of techniques to do that, because I learned along my career a few things that work to do that. And now we've been doing it with hundreds of women over the past several years. I've got a great team of coaches. We've got the best techniques, and I would dare say the best results, lifting women into their power and setting them on their career path that feels right and good and aligned and aligned. There's a lot of women who have been broken and fractured and hurt along the way. Women take the brunt of their family responsibilities, and they take the brunt of the emotional toll that families take. And we have to take care of ourselves, and we have to take care of each other. Women are a powerful, powerful pack. Debbie, the secret sauce. Yes, the secret sauce is the sisterhood. When you come together to heal your soul, when you come together with other like-minded and soulful, beautiful professional women to come into your greatness, and when you're witnessed in your vulnerability and in your courage, your strength, your bravery, when you're allowed permission to be awesome and you're seen as awesome, it feels so good. My women are doing elevator pitches in the Kick-Ass workshop, and it's oftentimes, let's just say, later than it's supposed to be, because it's not necessarily like everyone's gig to put themselves on video and speak about themselves. But when they do, it's a game changer. When they do, and they are seen as awesome, when they are seen in their truth and their story and their authenticity, life changes forever. And I'm going to do a shout out to a couple of the ladies in the workshop this week who did their elevator pitches, Anne and Kim, and the other Anne who did her elevator pitch and prep for an interview. You ladies are rocking it. You're absolutely rocking it. And there's more. When you step into your brilliance and you allow your light to shine and you're witnessed in it, there's nothing better than that. Nothing. And you can go ahead and ask some questions about what else could possibly be better than that, but there is nothing better. We women know that being witnessed for the beautiful souls that we are is the best thing on the planet. And it oftentimes has to start with us looking in the mirror and realizing how awesome we are. So as you take a look at what's going on in your career this weekend, as you take a look at what's going on with you this weekend, could you look in the mirror and love her? Could you look in the mirror and say, you are enough. You are pure potentiality. You are love. You are awesome. And love on her and fall in love with the image looking back at you, because she is the best you got. She's the best, beautiful pal you will ever, ever have. And yes, as so many of my ladies, their kick-ass sisters are the best other pals that they'll ever have. Because as women, rarely do we find the sacredness and the sacred space and the sanctity of being able to love on each other without judgment, of being free of anything that would cause us to say, hey. And life is not like a piece of pie. Life is not a pie where if I get a bigger piece, you get smaller. Life is not like that at all. Life is about an expanding expression. Hello, ladies. Hi, everyone. An expanding expression of who you are. And when you expand your soul and your beingness, and you become a more brilliant, greater light in the planet, you will affect everyone in your proximity. So many women I speak to, and shout out to Kelly who called in my radio show yesterday. I'm on Unity onlineradio.org every Thursday, 12 Eastern, 11 Central. Kelly called in. She graduated from my workshop 9 months ago. And she called to thank me, which was nice. But she said, Mo, my husband and I are better than ever. What I did in that job was up and feel awesome. And I'm a better wife. And I see my husband as in his brilliance. And together we have evolved as a couple. Mic drop. I mean, I don't do it. I just have the tools and the structure and the safe place for everyone to do that. Faith, everyone gets their own pie, just as big as you want it to be. Amen to that. Absolutely. And there's more. So your life deserves to be happy and joyous and full of love and fulfillment and satisfaction, and for you to feel awesome in that journey. You don't have to work your ass off to prove who you are. We see you. You don't have to work your ass off to make up for a delinquency of something inside of you. It's only a temporary feeling that you have, and we'll help you fix it. We'll help you fix it. And then we'll help you create that best freaking kick-ass strategy to get your career up-leveled. Because I want you to make more money. Because that's how we help families and futures in the world. Debbie Grant, what's my 2019 goal? 529 women's lives changed forever and $10 million more in their bank accounts. And if you do the math on that, that's $20,000 more or less per person. That's about our shooting average. Many times we go over that. One of our ladies just got her dream job for $12,000 more. Not bad. We'll take it because that's the beginning. And she's actually going to be trained for the next level of a job in this new job. So she's off to the freaking races. The better it gets, the better it gets. So I am passionate about changing the world through changing you and bringing that up, that beautiful soul of yours. And we can do it. We can do it. We can change your life forever and get that trajectory going in the way that it feels good and feels good and it feels good and it feels good. Heather, I'm working on my self-doubt and to find myself again. I let so many circumstances steal my soul. I even almost left this lovely planet. Oh, Heather. Heather, have you had a clarity call with us? Let's check you out. See if we can really help you out. It's our goal to always make sure that our ladies are finding a higher level of contribution in the world. And that always means a higher level of compensation. All my ladies who are here on my Facebook Live understand some of these equations and techniques. I think I'm getting a little bit of a cold. I will be resting this weekend. You can rest assured on that one. So Heather, let's take care of you. I'm just going to scroll. I know we posted the link for the clarity call here, and I'm just looking for it. So I don't know, Kimmy, if you're listening, if you could post it again. mofall.com/callme is a link that you could certainly use to book your clarity call. mofall.com/callme. If you've already had a clarity call, you might want to just reach out and we'll take care of you and get things going for you. As of this date, right now, we're nearing the middle of the year, and it is freaking time to make 2019 the best ever. I have the privilege of getting ready to meet 30 of my beautiful clients who have worked with me, some for over 3 years now, in person at my annual retreat. And their lives are so much better. They can't even believe it, to be honest with you. So in many ways, the better it gets, the better it gets. It's like, really? It can get this good? Really? I can do that? Really? All of this can come together? Yes, it can. And it does. And you can. And you will. And I'd love to see you in person at one of my retreats some future day as well, for you to high five and hug the living crap out of each other because you found your soul and your career got on track and you're now having a happier family life and future and you're rocking it, and you're finally living into the soul that you were born to be living into. I am still in. Am I showing these things? I don't know. There we go. Blessings to all of you lovely people who are getting your soul shined up and advancing your careers to the next level and totally rocking it. Totally rocking it. It feels so good to have taken all of my career and the stuff that worked and didn't work and to be able to package it in a 12-week workshop and literally change 20, 30, 40 years of habits and conditioning and maybe bad luck and turn it in the right direction and turn it up for you. And if you're part of my tribe, I am full of gratitude for you today, as I am every single day. You know that on my gratitude list is all my kick-ass ladies. And I'm super excited right now because of the retreat we have next week and all the beautiful women who have joined us this month and all of the beautiful women who are graduating from the workshop this week and my team, Jean, Amy, Miliana, Bonnie, Kimmy, Taylor, Michelle, Maddie, Jessica, Darla, and we got this nice little tech gal, Krista, helping us with a new system that's going to be in place to help us automate and be more efficient with something that we do, which can't wait about that. It is my goal to not leave the planet soon, but to have the impact where women are empowered and they're able to live the life of their careers and contributions in a way of happiness and freedom and the fullest expression that they can of their souls. And that means we bring the whole package to work, ladies. We bring the soul and we bring the brain and we bring all of that together to make the best contribution that we can and then receive the highest compensation. That's how we roll. That's how we are going at it forever. And you get to change the lives of the women behind you or the women beside you. Or in many cases, for those of you who are married to a lovely man or you're married to a lovely woman or you have a beautiful live-in partner, you'll change their life too, but not because you're out there trying to change their life, but because when you change you can't help but to affect to the positive all the people around you. It's a beautiful thing. And I was just speaking to another client earlier this week, and she said, Mo, my husband and I have never been happier. I'm not a relationship or marriage coach, but I am a woman who helps brighten women up and show them their true power and get them to be happy and fall in love with themselves. And that's what we do. And that's kick-ass sisterhood. And I have thoroughly enjoyed sharing with you the 5 deadly career sins. It's been a full series of 5. And if you're listening to this one, either live or as a recording, make sure you check out the previous editions, either in my podcast or here on my Facebook page where you can see the live video. It's my pleasure to share with you the things we do in the workshop, the reasons why it works, the techniques, and the beautiful women who have joined on each of these Facebook Lives this week. It's been so much fun to have all of you ladies joining me and sharing the message of hope that we do not have to live in a work environment that sucks ever again. And for those ladies who are leaders or who want to be leaders, get your soul right, because it's only through that that you're going to be the most awesome leader on the planet. Get your soul right. Get your career notched up, because I don't want you to be pushing down all this conditioning onto other men and women. It's just not right. We've evolved as human beings, and it's time now to bring that evolved human being of you to the workplace, to your family, and shine, shine, shine. Shine brightly. This is Coach Mo Fall over and out. You can find me at Coach Mo Fall or mofall.com everywhere on the internet. Check us out. And if you'd like to book your free clarity call, it's the only way to figure out if working with me makes sense for you, mofall.com/call me. Over and out. And it's been a lovely series. Have a great time with your lives and careers, ladies. And if I can help you, please reach out. America's career coach. Bring your soul to work and you'll be in your dream job. Bye.